Yay, we're live.
Finally, it worked.
We got it. We figured it out. Woohoo. Go us. All right, guys. So hello. Welcome to my page. Welcome to this new I want to call it like Fridays with the team or something like that. I don't know yet. I haven't given it a name. So for those of you guys who are jumping on, say hey, let me know where you're coming in from. I have the pleasure of introducing one of the amazing women on our team. This is Julieta.
Hi, guys.
Texas. You've been with us
since August, since mid August.
So what's April, May, June, July, August? Oh, okay. So 9 months.
Yeah.
Oh, 10 months. 8 months.
It seems like forever.
I know. I'm like, it's been a year, right? No. Oh, that's funny. Hey, Priscilla, Susan, Kathy. Hey, ladies. So, Julieta joined our team after she retired, but I'm gonna let her talk about, when she joined and why she joined, because I want to hear her story. So tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, well, my name is Julieta de Luna, and I go by Julie most times. I am originally from Eagle Pass, Texas, but I've settled in San Antonio, and I live in the outskirts in Converse. I just love that city. There's so much to do. And I was a teacher for 31 years. I retired May of 2020. And it wasn't because of the pandemic. It was because I was exhausted all the time and the demands just got bigger and I was just very tired and I didn't want to be that teacher that, people would think she needs to retire. She's tired, she needs to go.
Oh, so yeah.
I wanted to leave on a good note, and I decided early on to the school year that was going to be it. May 2020 was closing my doors. So, of course, we got hit with the pandemic in March and having to work from home and all of the new technology and, being a little bit of the older generation. Some of it was pretty challenging at times. I had real young girls in my team that kind of carried me through, which was amazing. And so I just thought, maybe this is a blessing that I decided, that I would retire because things were going to be challenging for me. At least that's the way I felt at the moment because I was so tired. And I felt like there was no more learning abilities left in me, right? And so needless to say, in the evenings, not having to work at my school till 9 o'clock in the evening, which I did most of the time. I would stay in my building until about 9 o'clock in the evening because I was a teacher of a testing grade for the state of Texas. And so there's a lot of pressure, and it's a domino effect. It all comes down. And so there's a lot of preparation to be done. And, a lot of children need help and stuff. So long story short, I was home early, due to the pandemic. I was home and I found myself scrolling through Facebook and I started watching ladies that were cooking, healthy meals. And I thought, oh, this is interesting because I've always loved to cook. And if, now that I do cook, if you can see, I have almost every Pampered Chef gadget that's out there in the catalog. But and to tell you the truth, at one time in a conversation I had with a real good friend of mine, I said, now that I'm going to retire, I really need to figure out what I want to do with myself because I can't just be home all the time. I'm the type of person that's always doing something. And many, many moons ago, I was a Pampered Chef consultant. And I thought, well, maybe I'll go back to doing Pampered Chef, And then I came across this wonderful supportive group that offered not only, healthy recipes, but all these other resources on how I could get my health back on track, working long hours. I'm a cancer survivor. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2007. So I had to, challenge that. 3 years ago, I was diagnosed type 2 diabetic and also, high cholesterol. In 92, I lost a baby. I hemorrhaged. I had a blood transfusion. You know, my body has been through a lot. And so, needless to say, I was always busy trying to take care of everybody and not taking care of myself, basically, which is something that's in my nature. I don't regret anything, you know, it's because that's who I am. But, you know, when I started to see retirement and the cost of my medication and my retirement fund being cut in half to what I was used to bringing home, I knew I had to keep teaching somehow. I needed to find a job, right? So my plan was all laid out. I had everything figured out. You know, my retirement covered my everyday necessities, you know, my mortgage, my vehicles, my insurance, everything. But I'm a giver, and there wasn't going to be much left over for me to be able to give. And that was really bothering me because, you know, if I have an extra penny, I'm going to find someone that I can give it to, you know? And so my son kept telling me, don't worry, mom, don't stress over it. Everything will be fine. You know, just retire and, you know, be happy. And so I knew I had his support, right? But, you know, still I needed to hold my own. And I thought, well, I'll just do tutoring. And everything, like I said, was planned out until the pandemic hit. And then COVID decided nobody was going back to school. And that meant that I couldn't go back to tutoring either, which meant that I wasn't going to have that supplemental income that I was depending on, right? And so that's when the conversation started. Well, what can I do? And I started typing, you know, jobs from home because really nobody was hiring, right? Pandemic, everybody was
Everything,
homebound.
everything came to a halt.
Yeah, and I needed to find something that would bring in some money, right? And in the meantime, I spent my evenings watching beautiful ladies cook their meals. And then it took me about a month. No, I'm lying. It took me from May to July to actually join the group. You know, and people would say, like I say, if you want this recipe, join my amazing group. But I was hesitant. You know, I was skeptical to begin with, you know. Um, and so I finally made that decision to join the group, and I saw that all of these notes that I had been taking, you know, as far as like what does ketogenic journey mean? What does it entitle? What do I need to do? How do I start it? How do you know? How do I continue? I was taking notes and notes and notes and notes until I joined the group just to know that everything's there. You know, it's just like all I have to do is go to the search bar and put menu, you know, and it's there. Shopping list, it's there, you know.
Yeah, you definitely didn't have to recreate the wheel, but you were ready to do it.
And I was kind of like kicking myself, you know, because I was like, oh my God, I could have joined this group a long time ago and would have made life a lot easier. But anyway, I finally joined the group, and then I saw these amazing testimonies and I saw these lives changing for the better. And I thought, I want that for me, right? Because I'm fairly young. I'm 55, you know, and I have two adult children. You know, I have a 32-year-old and a 22-year-old. And I needed to be around for them. And then my mom, you know, she's 81, but she dedicated her entire life. She widowed at the age of 50, and my dad was only 58. And so she dedicated her entire life to helping us raise our children, right? And so I thought, you know, it's time for her to enjoy life, you know. And being the only girl, you know, I'm like, that's my mom, you know, I've got to go and take care of my mom. And so this was like the best choice and decision that I have ever made. And I was skeptical, of course, like everybody else is. The money wasn't readily available, just it wasn't there just like excess, right? But I thought, I've done so many other types of journeys, you know, to try to lose weight and try to get my health back on track, and nothing really worked, you know. And I've said it in a live that I made one day. I used to tell my students, some of you need to become scientists and find that miracle pill that's going to help your teacher get skinny, you know, because we need scientists out there that can help save lives and change lives, right? Well, I have found my miracle pill. You know, it's not a pill, it's a powder. It's a white little powder that has changed my life completely. I have lost 48 pounds since July 1st. I reboot every month. Not my first month. I was scared to do a 60-hour reboot my first month when I joined. I thought there's just no way I can go 60 hours without it. And now my longest fasting has been 72 hours. And I just stopped because I knew I needed to eat, but I felt amazing. And now that we're incorporating the 24-hour fast, I'm just like, wow, this is like something that's right up my alley because I really enjoy it. And my life has changed, and all I want to do is try to change other people's lives for the better, right? Because it's almost like when you go to the store and you find that shampoo, or you find that perfect pair of pants, and you go and you tell your friends, hey, by the way, check out this product, this lotion or whatever. The first thing you do is you want to go share it out with your friends, right? It's like you want them to experience what you've experienced. And that's me. I wish all of my friends would just say, yes, Julie, but I have to give people time, to you have to be in that mental state where you're ready, right? And I was ready because I didn't want to be spending $100 on medication, because yes, it was going to fix my blood sugar, but metformin was going to probably undo something else and so I rather spend $100 on this magical fuel that has changed my life and I'm getting healthy, versus, spending it on something like when you go to the mechanic, they fix one thing and something else breaks, and it's a never ending story, right?
Yeah.
And so, this has just been like God sent to me, you being my upline, Amanda, the whole team. There's nothing really that ever doesn't get answered. You're always there to guide us, and friends that I didn't know that I needed, right, in my life. And so I'm excited about December. We're gonna be in Orlando, and
let's go.
I don't even know how I'm gonna get there, but I'm already set. My hotel's done, my ticket is done, and and now that I can drive long hours without falling asleep because my brain is alert, hey, I'll just get in my car and I'll drive to Orlando,
Oh, so, that's a long drive, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but I can stop in between. So I mean, it's just something that really, and the income is not bad. It's like it's giving me that money that I needed to have to be able to do things, for family and friends, and just give back, pay back to the community, because I feel that that's really important.
Well, and so I love a couple of things. One is I love telling this story because I think it's hilarious. So when Julieta first started, I mean, I'm technically not her direct upline. I'm her upline's upline. And her upline had gotten sick and she was out for a while. And I remember Julieta saying, oh, well, I'll go live when Amanda comes back. Okay. Well, what happens if Amanda doesn't come back right away? Like,
yeah.
If you just go live, and you'll be able to talk to so many more people, and you'll be able to actually like do these things, and you'll be able to affect more people. And she's like, oh no, I couldn't do that. I'm not technologically savvy and I don't know how to do that. And here she is now. And I said, just do a 30-day live streak. Like, just do a 30-day live challenge where you go live every single day without stopping. And I guarantee you, in 30 days after that, it's going to look completely different. Your business is going to look different. You're going to look different. Everything's going to look different. So she does it. Now, every time I pull up a live video, she's in somebody else's house, in somebody else's kitchen, cooking something else. And I'm like, where are you today? Like, what is going on?
Yes, almost definitely.
I just love that because it came from this like, oh, I cannot do that. I am too old for this. I cannot figure this out. I don't know how it works. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I got this. I don't know what is happening, but I got this. I got it all under control. Like, it's completely different, and I love that. Kathy said you do a great job, that you're gonna change her life, and that you are an awesome person. That's so sweet.
Thank you. I'm trying my best to help people out.
Kim said swing by and pick me up on your way to Orlando.
Oh, definitely.
So I just love that part, because I think that, we get in our heads so much about I can't do this because I can't do this because, and all of the excuses that we have for not doing something. And then we finally just say, oh, just forget it. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it and see what happens. And then God just opens these doors, and he's like, la, And so I love that, because it's like unintentionally, I maybe it's intentional. I mean, I guess it's intentional. I share my faith and that kind of thing. But it's so funny because sorry, there's a lot of chaos all of a sudden in my house. This is real life, y'all. This is what happens. I go live and then everything happens behind me. Oh, my Lanta. I totally lost my train of thought.
Hey.
Oh my God.
That's what I did.
I lost my train of thought, so I don't even know. Anyway, but I'm just super excited to watch you like grow, and how you're like, oh no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And now if we're like, hey, you want to do this? And you message me. I said, hey, if you want to do this, you need to message me and say, I want to do this. And sure enough, you did it that same day. You're like, hey, I want to do this. Like, you had no idea how, you had no idea what was going to happen. You had no idea what we were going to talk about. You had no idea anything, but you were like, I want to do this. And right. I love that you take that challenge on now, and it's not something like, you're not scared of anything. You're like, I can do this. I don't care. It's fine.
As a teacher, I would always tell my students, you have to try everything. You can't just say no. It's like when your parents would tell you, try that vegetable, and you'd say no. And then my father would say, well, you can tell me no after you taste it. If you don't like it, then okay. You don't have to eat it again. Yep. But, I love challenge. I really do. I'm a scaredy cat, only because technology, and I literally deleted my first live. And it was like the best live ever, because I explained how I started everything, but somehow I managed to keep it on my iPad. And my son had taught me how to record off of my iPad.
Oh, like so a screen record.
While it was playing, I quickly went to screen record. So that live exists only because I was able to do that. But you see in the middle of the video, you see the forward arrow, the rewind. It's like dark, but to me, the information is valuable. It's just like I pulled everything out of my pantry and my refrigerator to share, how to get started. So, and I'm a real big advocate of advertising things. If I believe in them, I'm going to push it, just like, like I push Pampered Chef. I don't get anything from Pampered Chef, but they're awesome products. So why not, right? Mm-hmm. I have a Ninja Foodie Girl 5-in-1 that has changed my life in the kitchen. Of course, I'm going to do that. And so I want people to know that pure therapeutic exogenous ketones can change their life as well. It's all natural. It's a patent it has patents. It's created by scientists. Just the fact that it was really developed for NASA, that just like blows me out of the, ballpark. And so, of course, I know from experience, because I'm being successful with it, that it's something that people should at least try once. It's like, just try it. Invest in yourself. You never know. It's just like when our kids well, I'll talk from experience. When my kids were little, if they wanted a new game system, $500, $400, I figured out a way to get that money, because I wanted my children to have that, right? So I think now it's just like, Well, I wanted more ketones in my life. I didn't want to not have them anymore. And then when I learned I could earn them for free, if I had two friends to join me and they would, help me every time they ordered, I would get free product. I was like, well, yeah, that sounds like an amazing deal. But then I couldn't find those two friends that wanted to join me. But then I decided, I need the income. I needed the income, and why not do something that's going to help me change my life? It helps me stay accountable, right? And like I'm not losing, I haven't lost 48 pounds just because I cook delicious meals, because they are delicious,
I'm some of your recipes. I'm like, dang, I need to go to her house.
But I haven't lost 48 pounds just because I cook, good meals. It's because I have this supplement that has helped me. It's the vehicle to my success. It truly is. And so I just want people to know that, if you ever found yourself typing jobs from home and you have a kitchen, you need to join me, because it's really not as hard as I thought it was going to be. Like you said, I cook, and everybody, my family is so flexible. It's unbelievable. A little while ago, I told my niece, clean the counter off for me, because we had stuff from lunch or whatever. I'm like, clean the counter for me, please, so that I can go live. I was making my cookies so that I like to have a before and after. And so I was doing that. It's teamwork. Everybody helps. I'm here in the Valley visiting my younger brother, and I have customers asking for stuff back home, and my son is over there filling my orders for me. And he's like, Mom,
a family business. That's so cool.
He puts me on FaceTime, and he's like, is it this one? Is it this one? And I'm like, no, you this whatever, right? And he'll even deliver. He'll go and leave it at people's houses for me. It's just like a true support group. And when my son's not there, my neighbor goes and picks up my packages for me so that they'll be safe until I get back. And so it's just like I'm very blessed that I have a support system all the way around, and that of course makes life easier too. But
yeah, because not everybody has that, especially when they first start a business. People are like, oh, you're being scammed. Like one of my promoters who's on here, actually, like her daughter practically disowned her because she was like, you're in a scam, and they're just they're just making you buy stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, what? But it's because the industry has such a bad name, just MLM in general. But it's so crazy when you actually join a company that cares about their people and that cares about their product. And it's like, I don't want you to go and buy a box of ketones and then that be it. Like, I want you to see the results. I want you to feel better. I want you to be sleeping better. I want you to not be that snappy mom who's yelling at her kids every 2 seconds, because I know what that felt like. I know where I came from and how much it helped me. So I want those people to see and feel the benefits, because there are so many. But people get caught up in that, oh, it's a scam. It's a, what do they call it? A pyramid scheme. And I'm like, y'all, I worked a regular 9-to-5 job when I started this business. And this is no income claims. Y'all got to work your own businesses. You got to do the things. But I tripled my income in the last 2 years that I've been here. And so it's crazy to me to think that somebody wouldn't join this because it's MLM, but you'll go and get a 9-to-5 job where they can literally kick you out and like rip your job from you whenever they want to.
Right.
Like, this is my business, just like you. Like, when your mom's house flooded, you packed up and you went and took care of her. Yeah. You wouldn't have done that had you had a regular 9-to-5 job. You wouldn't have been able to.
Right.
You wouldn't have been able to continue working and not be home.
True.
Like yesterday, 2 days ago, Noah was sick. and down for the count sick. Like he was not moving off the couch sick. Like he just wanted to watch Frozen and cuddle with mom on the couch sick. And I remember the days where it would have been a struggle for me because I would have had people calling me from the office, emailing me from the office, texting me from the office, because I was the one who was negotiating deals and they needed me to be working. But my son needed me more.
Right.
You know, and the fact that I don't have to make that decision anymore, that's huge. I can work my business from the couch, from my phone. Like, I can work my business from the toilet if I needed to.
True. It's so true. Yesterday my brother lives an hour away from the beach, the South Padre Island. So we drove down there and, I had my phone with me, and that friend that wanted product, I was like, I have my phone. I have, got my son connected, and she got taken care of. And, just my mom being able to take her to her home, to my other brother's house, and just being able to have her spend quality time with her children and her grandchildren. Had I been tutoring, this would never happen because I would have had to have that commitment to either be in the school tutoring or be online tutoring and not in the car, because you can't do that. But, and I'm glad that you touched base on the bad name that MLM get, because to me, I didn't even think of that, because that doesn't come to my mind when you think of a good product that's going to be of benefit for someone. And again, the only experience I have to talk off of is selling Pampered Chef when I was, like in 92, somewhere around there, I never really received the training that I received.
That's the difference is,
I never received any training.
When people think about MLM, they think about people who are just cold messaging people, who aren't creating any kind of a relationship. They're just sending you a friend request, or just not even sending you a friend request, just sending you a message. Oh, hey, I'm doing a nail party. Join my party. Or, hey, I just started this new business and I'm doing self tanner or whatever it is. You should buy this product. We don't do that. We start with the relationship first. We tell you, don't cold message people. Like I was with a MLM before, and the messages we used to send are so cringy that if I come across one in a messenger from like years and years and years ago, I'm like, oh, it makes me want to throw up, because it was not building the relationship. It was not coming from a place of like gratitude or trying to be helpful. It was literally, hey, I'm doing this thing, check it out. It was not, hey, I think you'd be really great at this because, or hey, I think this would help you because. It was, hey, I'm doing this thing, you should look at it. And when I first started, the other MLM I was in, she said, create a wedding list. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? She goes, I want you to write down 150 names of people you went to high school with, people you work with, people that are in your family, your hairdresser, your nail person, your makeup people, whatever, anybody in your insurance people, anybody that you know or associate with, I want you to write their names down because those are the people we're going to contact. And I was like, what? That's not something we're going to do. Like, no. And so when I started here, I was really afraid that that's what they were going to tell me to do, because I didn't join this business to make money. I joined this business because I'm cheap as heck and I don't want to pay full price for kids. I have 5 kids and I'm like, you're telling me I need to spend what?
Right. I was like,
no,
I can afford one box, but I don't want to drink one ketone. I want to drink 2 ketones. So I'm going to sell it to get it for free.
Right. I was like, there's no way that that's going to fit in our budget every single month. And I don't know about you, but I think in general, most moms, we always provide for everybody else. And then we get ours last. If there's leftover, like if there's leftover, then I mean, when I was a single mom, it was like, I'd feed the kids first, and if there was enough left over when they were done eating, then I would eat.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing when it comes to health and wellness, right? Because we have to make sure that everybody's got clean clothes and everybody's got food on the table and the dishes are done and the house is clean and all of these things. And then if there's time in the day, oh, now I can take care of me, or now I can, I can go for that walk that I needed, or I can pick up that book that I need to read, or I can drink my ketones,
Yeah.
So I think it's really hard for us, especially as moms, to be able to make ourselves a priority, especially when there's a price tag attached to it. Then you have to figure out, not only I have to figure out when I can do it or if I can do it, but now financially, can I do it? And I love that our company gives us an opportunity. Even if you don't want to join us in business, you can get your products for free every single month. You just have to have 2 friends, family members, whoever you want that wants to do it with you, doing it with you. And I think that is awesome, because a lot of MLMs, promoters, people that join the business because they're getting a discount on the product. We don't get a discount on the product outside of what everybody else gets. And I think that is an awesome aspect to our company, because nobody in our company as a promoter is doing it because they want to get a discount. They're actually doing it because they want to help other people. They want to help people feel better.
Exactly.
Feedback.
And it's always like everybody's open to, buying Tupperware or buying new shoes or whatever. But when it comes to your health, people are always like skeptical, right? And I understand why, because I've been scammed before, where I order some pills that are supposed to change my life, and they charge me, and then I never get them, or the pills never work. And it really makes me mad when I post a live and then I have those people that come and drop their links. It really frustrates me, and I go and I block every single one of them to begin with, and then I go and I hide their comment because I got scammed by one of those people. I clicked on the link, and when I first started this, I was eager and anxious, to find something to get me healthier, and it said something about a meal plan and blah blah blah. And I clicked on it, and then I decided not to. And then how they quickly, when you X out, they're like, oh, but you can get a discount or whatever, right? So I fell for it, and unfortunately, I should be embarrassed to say that I fell for it, but I did fall for it.
So many people do.
And what I fell for was that they said they were going to show me the meal plan. And if I was comfortable with the meal plan, then they would charge my card. But they needed my card number, to process it. But I wasn't going to be charged. I don't even think I had already clicked the X, when my card was charged. It's the same darn meals every single time for 4 weeks. And none of them really sound appealing. And I never was able to get my money back. And then they had it on recurring for months, and I was like, I didn't know how to figure out how to stop that either. So I had to figure out how to go into Apple and my settings and to stop the recurring charges and stuff. So I got scammed, and I understand why people are really afraid to do stuff like that. But when you're buying a product from me or from anybody from my team, you're actually dealing with a person that you have built a relationship with, because you see them on a almost a daily basis. We're here to help you. I'm here to help you. I know Jenny's here to help you. Everybody's here to help you. We provide healthy recipes for you so that you can be successful on your journey. We like to teach. Our group has a lot of educational posts that are out there for people to, and it's all free. We do have specifically geared programs, where it does involve the ketones, but the majority of the information that we provide, it's all free. It's free resources, and you can't go wrong with free. You just, you can't.
Right.
So, I mean, this has really changed my life. I haven't taken a nap since July. And, I'm the type of friend that my friends used to say, don't text Julie on the weekends, until after 12 or 1 because she's asleep. And they would leave me out of the loop because that was me. And, I would look forward to, like, whenever I had a back-to-back conference period, I was like, can I manage a little nap or not? Because I was just always so tired. Chemo does that to you. Your excess weight does that to you. And so just knowing that I don't feel tired, I don't take naps. We rode to the coast and back, and I made fun of my nieces because they're the young ones and they fell asleep. And I'm like, oh, the young ones are falling asleep in the car, and here I am on my phone just scrolling, going with all this energy. So I just love it. I'm like reborn. I really, truly am.
That's awesome. That's exciting. So if somebody wanted to get started today with you, we've got 2 kits. They're 22% off right now. The first kit comes with 100 servings of ketones. They're in some of our top flavors. Super, super good. You can choose caffeine, which are charged ketones, or you can do caffeine free, which is obviously no caffeine, right? That's the 100 servings is on sale right now, 22% off. It's $4.97. That gets you the ketones, and we can show you how to sell those for a profit. You more than double your investment, or we can show you how to sell half of them, pay for your kit, and then drink the other half, or whatever you want to do. The other option, and honestly, the better of the two, is the large brand builder pack. That one is actually on sale right now for $9.97. That one gets you 200 servings of ketones. It's 22% off normal price, so you're already saving money. That one, however, it also comes with a rank 5 bonus pay for the first year. That's really big mumbo jumbo for saying you make more money faster if you get the bigger bonus, and you get more bonuses along the way in that first year if you do so. So those are the 2 options to become a promoter. If you guys are interested in becoming a promoter, you can just drop promoter down in the comments, and we can go over, more about what that looks like and that kind of thing. A lot of people that get in my inbox want to know, well, how time consuming is it? And what I like to say is that it depends on how fast or how slow you want to go. If you're telling me that you want to drive a paid for car in the next year, then that's going to be a completely different conversation from somebody who, I just want free ketones. It could, and that's totally fine either way. If you want just free ketones, or you want to make an extra $50 or $100 a month, or whatever that is, or if you want to replace your full-time income like I did, we can show you either way. And it's really up to you as to what you want to do and how you want to do it. But the kits are an awesome way to get started. And with them being 22% off right now, I mean, when I bought my big kit, I maxed out a credit card because it was $1,500. So just saying, this one's cheaper.
I did start off with the big kit only because the district had paid out my contract. And so I had that extra little cushion of money, and just the opportunity to be able to earn a little bit faster. But the one thing that I really love about the company is that there's no push, is if I want to just earn $200, then I work it at my pace. Yep. And I earn the $200. If, now I have Orlando on my mind, and I'm thinking, okay, amusement parks, delicious food, I'm thinking all these things, right? So I'm like, okay, maybe I need to go a little bit faster. but still it's whatever I want to do, and it's not, I'm not looked down at because I'm not doing, x whatever. So I really, really think that that's because we're all at different levels. Like, I came into the business not needing income to survive, right? Because I have my retirement, but I needed income to enjoy the luxuries that retirement can offer, right? As to maybe someone next to me, they have to have this business in order to survive. They're the sole breadwinners of their family. And like you said, you work it to the speed that you want to go. And I love the fact that there's no pressure. I have not felt any pressure whatsoever, in any of it at all.
Well, and I think that's the great thing about what we do is, like, my success is not reliant on your success. Does that that sounds really harsh?
Yes.
But like, if I want a certain rank or a certain income, that's on me. I'm not going to be like, Julieta, let's go. That's not, if I ask at the beginning of the month, hey, what are your goals? Send me your goals for the month. That's not for me. That's for me to be able to help you get there.
Right.
That's not for me to be like, well, excuse me, it's the 16th and you said you wanted this and I know you're not no, it's not. I don't care. Yeah. Like, if you are happy doing what you're doing, then great, continue to do what you're doing. If you come to me and you say, this is not working and I don't know why, and I want to make this work, and I look at your page and you haven't gone live in 5 days, or the only time you go live is when you get a delivery and you go, oh, look at my ketones, or something like that, I'm going to say, well, are you open to some coaching? Because
the only place I really need coaching is when I talk about the products, when it has to do with my journey. Because I can sit here and I can say, oh, this is this flavor, this is this flavor, this is this flavor, this is great, this tastes great. And I can get through a life without crying. But when I start to talk about how this product has changed my life, I'm starting to already crack.
Yeah.
I can't get through a product live to save my soul without shedding tears. Look, I'm already crying and I'm not even trying to sell anything. Yeah. It's just because it's just amazing for, when you have been waiting for something to come to help you be successful and feel healthy, and you finally find it. It's just like, there you go. It's just really touching, I guess. I don't know. And I always say I can't explain it. I just can't explain it. It's just something that's deep, it's really deep, because who knows, I might live to be 81 like my mother and be able to hop onto a truck and get off of a dually, like with no problems, she goes and comes, and, she fell down the other day and she was a little bit sore from her hip, but that doesn't stop her. I said, let's go to the beach. She's like, let's go.
Yeah.
So I want to be like her. I want to be able to do things with my family and just be there. I don't want to be a memory. I want to be present. So I'm not, and I told myself I wasn't going to cry. So.
It's okay, because it happens to me all the time, and you guys laugh at me, because I come across as this super red personality, and then I talk about my kids, or I talk about the team, or I talk about something, and then my voice cracks and it's all over. I'm like, it's done.
It's done.
Yeah.
I'll just keep drinking my ketone.
Keep that hydration going. Yes, let's go. Anyway, so I always love the chance to get to hear your story and to get to hear what's happening behind the scenes. And I love watching you make shrimp ceviche, because I always think, oh my God, it looks so good.
It was, I had ceviche last night at the restaurant there at the island, and it was good. It wasn't delicious, like mine.
She's like, I make it better.
And it's just like, we have a friend here in town that owns a Japanese restaurant, and we're invited for dinner. And I told my brother, well, I've got to go live at 4, and then I have to go live with my cookies, and then I said I have to go back on live at 8. So I'm a busy woman. So they're all patiently.
There's a celebrity in the house. Get over
it. Me to get done with my videos so that we can go have dinner.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Well, yeah. I'm super blessed that you chose us and that you're part of our chosen family. And I learn so much from you all the time. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So
thank you.
I just want to say thanks for hanging out with me for a little while. And if you guys have any questions about what it is that Julieta does, what it is that the products are, or what the heck we're drinking in our shaker cups, by all means, you can drop it in the comments or message either one of us directly. And we're excited to welcome you as a customer or welcome you into the Teamily, whichever one you choose. And
I need a buddy here in Texas. Come on.
Well, she's recruiting hard in Texas. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, have a great day, and we'll see you guys later.
Thank you, Jenny. Bye, guys.